everybody, it's Jane. I just wanted to come back on because I realized I had shown everybody my housewife or housewife. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. And I left kind of a cliffhanger where I didn't show you how I decided to tie it up and what I put in it. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm also going to show you, because people have asked me, well, what do you carry when you're sewing? Because I do a lot of hand piecing, and if you saw my last tutorial, it's all about the swirling star, and it's all hand pieced. But I'm also going to show you what I carry in this Luxe makeup bag, which has all my tools, almost all my tools, not all my tools, but that I carry around my little sewing studio here. First things first. So let me come in closer. Here is the housewife, and I wanted to show you because it's so pretty. I use this beautiful antique mother of pearl button that I sewed there. A dear friend gave me like a whole jar of them, and they're so beautiful. I only use them on really special projects. And then I use some ribbon that I used to sell in my shop from Studio Carta. It's really beautiful Italian cotton ribbon. It's really, really strong. So when I tie it, because I've started using it now, I just roll it around like this. And I tie it up on this side like this. And I use some, this is actually all vintage fabric. It's got to be from the 60s or 70s. This is a binding, a cotton binding that I got from Pearl Soho that I just love the color. And then you open it up, and I'm going to need to bring the camera out. And I'll show you what I have in it. So I roll it out. It's covered in animal hair because all the two dogs and the cat like to sit with me when I'm stitching. But first thing I have that you don't see me use a lot, but I actually do use, is my leather thimble. And I love this thimble. It's got a little like coin of metal right in there. And it's really good, really sturdy, and I love the leather. My finger doesn't get all sweaty. And then here, I did sew on some more ribbon to hold my scissors in. I've got my favorite really, really sharp scissors because I use these for cutting thread, but also for trimming the seam allowance. When they aren't even, I like to trim them when I'm at this stage. And then I've got my thread. This is Aurifil, and it is a lightweight, I think it's 50 weight thread. And I was very, very, very heavily into applique. I love to applique, but this isn't quite as heavy as I should be using for piecing. So I've got to get another spool. And believe me, I've got hundreds of spools, but I don't have white. I like to use white in the weight that I need. And then here, this is a piece of wool felt. The wool felt is great. I think it keeps the moisture away from your needles, and it's durable. But I've got my needles. I've got my piecing needles. I've got my short little quilt needle here, and then I've got a random strong needle right there. But this is where I keep them folded over. They're gone. And then last but not least, my pin cushion. And what I did, because I use a lot of pins when I'm piecing like big, lengths together. I'm a pinner. I just made like a little pocket. And I have this pattern done. I do just have to get it all organized with a tutorial. And then I put like, 3 or 4 layers of cotton batting in here, and it works really well. So all my pins, I just put them in horizontally, and that's what I do. And then when I'm done, I just tie up my scissors like this. And I roll it up. Remember, I was gonna put ties or something here, but honestly, when I'm using it, it's laid out flat. And then when I'm not using it, it's rolled up. So nothing's gonna roll out. But I roll it up. Take my ribbon, go around. And there it is. Isn't that fabulous? And it's so pretty. Every time I look at it, it makes me happy because of all these really pretty bright colors and that beautiful little button. So next thing I want to show you though is what I carry in my, I don't know, all the little tools that I need to gather up together. First thing is a clover threader. I have had this, like so many of the things I have, for over 25 years. And the thing, it looks new and it works really, really well. I've got all my marking tools in here. And I've got, this is a water erasable marking pen. I love this air erasable marking pen. Here is my friction heat erasable marking pen. And then a mechanical pencil for my hand piecing. I cannot use any of these when I'm hand piecing. This disappears when I iron. This fades away over time. And the water, you know, I just think, what if I spill water on my pieces? I won't be able to see the marks. So I use a mechanical pencil, and I love this one. It's a Japanese, it's by Uniball, and it's fabulous. So that's what I use, and I always have those with me. Of course, some really sharp scissors. I've got to have my bodkin and threader. These are from Merchant and Mills, because I'm always making doll clothes. So I've got a threader and a bodkin. They are apps. I'm lost without them. And then my other favorite thing that I use all the time that I've had, I think I got it when I subscribed to a quilting magazine years and years ago. And it's a little point turner. And it's fabulous because it's got a nice small point. So but it's smooth enough that it's not going to rip through my fabric. So this is indispensable. Then I've got this really cute, tiny little ruler. When I need to make sure one of my small pieces is square, this does the trick. I cannot live without my seam gauge. Again, I use this mostly when I'm making like Meredith's, let me grab her, dress, and I need to, you know, measure, like there's my 1/4 inch hem, you know, just to check, to measure, to mark. This is indispensable. What else do I have in here? Oh, my seam ripper. I always have to have a seam ripper. Though I hate obviously making mistakes, you gotta have a good seam ripper. I've got some little snips, some little Ginger snips that I use by my machine. And of course, more threads. This is I love the Scanfill organic thread. This is, I think, Metler, which I love. I always use cotton thread. I do not use polyester. My favorite needles right now are by Tulip. These are my piecing needles. These are number 9. I think I also have number 10. I use whichever one is smaller or thinner, finer. And these work really, really well. And of course, lastly, I've got beeswax. I've got some little tiny applique pins. Oh my God, chopstick for stuffing, more needles, a crochet hook that I also use for crocheting my doll's hair, but also for stuffing. And then just some little odd things that find their way, like a couple more thimbles. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to show you what I carry around. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.